Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Rakdos Judith. So last time I played a, I think Mardu life gain spell deck. This time I want to try it in just Rakdos. And I'm also going to do that in the rotation proof setting. So this deck is Rakdos centered just around Judith to make our spells either Death Touch or lifelink, or create a 2/2 imp that deals 2 damage to our opponent. So here's all the spells that we're going to deal damage with. We got Tectonic Hazards, which if Death Touch means that 1 damage wipes the whole board. We also have Volcanic Spite, which is, already pretty good, but also help us draw. Now, we do have Brotherhood's End in the deck, but in order for us to have an instant speed board wipe, we got caught in a Crossfire. Deals 2 damage, 2 mana, +1 on spree on 2 sides. So add 1 to deal 2 damage to each outlaw, and then add 1 to deal 2 damage to each non-outlaw. So for 3 damage, or for 3 mana, you can deal 2 damage to each outlaw or non-outlaw, and then for 4 mana, you can deal 2 damage to each outlaw and non-outlaw. So that's kind of wild, right? It's a Pyroclasm that costs 4, which isn't that good, but it's standard. And then we have 4 Flick the Coin, which does 1 damage, but draws us a card and creates a treasure. So we can kind of ramp with the Flick a Coin if we need to. So, in order to pump up all of these damage dealers, Judith give us lifelink, which is pretty good, and Death Touch, but sometimes we can't last until Judith because she has a 5-drop. So, we also have Mechanized Warfare in the deck to help deal extra damage, and we have Corrupted Conviction, Greedy Freebooter, and Demand Answer for card draw, plus Magda for treasure making. So let's talk about the whole deck list, right? We have 2 in early game, in the 1-drops, we have 2 Corrected Conviction, 4 Greedy Freebooter, and 4 Tectonic Hazards. Of course, they're not all early game cards because this is only 1 drop that we can play on our turn. Corrected Conviction, we cannot play on our turn because, well, we don't have a creature yet on turn 1. And Tectonic Hazard, it's a sorcery. We don't want to play that on turn 1 because our opponent really doesn't have any 1-drops we want to kill, especially because this is each creature, so we want to go wide. And then we have 2 Demand Answers. I only have 2 because we really don't have much to sacrifice. We can sacrifice the treasure from the Greedy Freebooter or from Magda, or we can sacrifice the Mirrex token. That's about it. Or we can discard a card. If our opponent is going to be very control heavy, we can kind of discard some of the cards that we use for counter aggro. 2 Magna is also pretty good at making treasure and creating dragons, but don't forget, in order for Magna to work, we need crime. We don't have that many crimes in the deck. We got Volcanic Spite, we got Flick a Coin. That's about all the crimes that we have. So there's only 2 Magna in the deck. It's to scare our opponent more so than to help us. Volcanic Spite's very good for removal. Instead of go for the throw, we have Volcanic Spite because I want to have spells that does damage. Caught in Crossfire also does damage. Flick a Coin, we have 4 Flick a Coin, 3 Brotherhood's End, 3 Mechanized Warfare. I gotta start cutting down to 3s because I'm running out of place to put cards, because I definitely need to have 4 Judas in the deck. Now, that does mean we sometimes get dead draws in the early game, but that's fine. I want to have 4 Judas in the deck to make sure that this deck is consistently going to draw Judas when I need to. But you can see that this deck actually curves out on 3, right? The only 5-drop is Judas. Everything else is 1, 2, 3 drops. So it doesn't have to have that many lands. 24 lands total. Very standard type of mana base. We're going to have 3 swamps, 3 mountains. No Sokuzen or Takenuma, unfortunately, because we're in a rotation-proof deck. So we have 4 fast lands in Blackcleave Cliffs, 4 surveil lands in Rancor's Theater, 2 man lands in Restless Vent, 4 ping lands in Sulphurious Spring, and then we have 2 Demolition Field and 2 Mirrex. So there's not a lot of life gain in this deck outside of Judith. Be very careful in the early game, but once we land Judith, just the Tectonic Hazard gains us a lot of life. And Tectonic Hazard with Mechanized Warfare will gain us a buttload of life. And if we ever caught in the Crossfire with Judas, oh, that is going to be so much life. But one thing to remember is that it's not just lifelink. It will give that spell Death Touch. So if we cast Caught in the Crossfire with Judas on board and we choose non-outlaw because our opponent has a lot of non-outlaw, well, guess what? It's also going to kill Judas. So that's something that will happen to keep in mind. But that's really the whole idea of this deck. Now let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is Solitaire. Oh. That's the kind of be the worst kind of opponent if they like to play Solitaire. Alright, we got Hazard, Demand Answer, and 2 Magna. Can't really answer their cards, but we have our own removal, so We'll see. They are red. And then their Kumano also faces the Kakuzan. So let's demand some answers on his turn. Playing Magda probably also would have worked, but the worst part is if he plays that one card. I don't even know what I'm saying. Alright, this is not good, right? What can I do against this? Crossfire it. You can only kill one. I could also play the Freebooter and Magda, but then he would just buff everything and kill my spell, so this is bad. Alright. Try to con the Crossfire, Outlaw creatures. This is not going to be an Outlaw. Human Shaman, Bird Wizard. Actually, Bird Wizard's not an Outlaw either. That is, Rogue is an Outlaw, right? Yeah. Can't kill both. This is where I wish I had that vampire thing, but not in the new meta. I mean, if I flick a coin at the Fugitive, I think he's just gonna buff everything. Killed all the Outlaws. Alright, we take the 2. Really holding back there. Didn't have a black mana, so actually didn't have a third mana anyway, so I can't do anything. I'll keep taking damage. That can't be fun. This can't be fun. Mana screwed and color screwed. Welcome to the new metagame. Here comes a bird. The bird is the word. And there's a Godric. Under your control, Godric Reveler is a dragon. Does this work? Let me see if it works. Nope, automatically enters a 4/4. Play with fire. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Let's kill all the non-Outlaws. We'll go down to well, should have done it after his scribe, but it matters so little. Oh, I do get a land, good. So I needed this land for reasons. Magda, please. And then I will spite it before he gets Monster's Rage. Put a card into my library. Freebooter? Freebooter is kind of a dead card right now. Another land. That's not really better, but you know, we'll make do. Yeah, Freebooter is a dead card because it doesn't move. Lightning Strike on Magda. Cool. That's something. I gotta flick 2 coins. Yeah, flicking 2 coins aren't great. He probably has burn spells, but no reason to not do this anyways. I'm not gonna flick a coin at him just for fun. The coins are much more impactful later on. And even though it's not big score, right? I wish I had big score right now. Is he mana screwed? Or flooded? If he is flooded, he's gonna be in for a bad time. Pretty sure he would just kill my Magda though, so do I Magda and flick a coin at him? He didn't do it. I mean, he lightning strike my Magda first. Does he have no lightning strike? Is he building up burn to kill me in one turn? That would make sense. Does it have haste? Yeah, it does have haste, but I don't think I can kill him that fast. Even with a treasure 4/4. Actually, this makes 2 treasures. Gets me to 3, because flick a coin plus Magna is 2 more. But it's kind of tricky, right? Let's see what our opponent's really going to do. Fugitive. Okay. Didn't want to hide it. Ancestral Anger. So we got to kill it right now. I can call in the Crossfire that does 2 damage to all non-outlaw. Right, so he has to buff this twice. With like a Monster's Rage or something. I mean to all outlaws. Each outlaw. So if he has a Monster's Rage, he can get through. Three mana just to kill one of his creatures. Alright, goodbye. I guess. Alright, our opponent is 5,000. Well, we all know he's not over 9,000, so let's see if we can take him. We're gonna go first. You know, I'll live. That's the dog, that wasn't me. I mean, is it a good hand? I don't know. How red are they? Very Boros. Cool. Very Boros. Very Magda. Much wow. Let's see what they got. They don't have it? Well, unfortunately for our opponent, I have it. I do it right now. I might get them to play it in response. That would be kind of fun. Definitely don't want to let them go to their turn, right? So I'll spite it, and then in response he'll play the reinforcements. I mean, I have to play it on my turn anyway, so might as well play it now. Put a card back. Hazard are pretty good against this deck. Flick a coin can draw me a card. Demand Answer draws me 2 cards, so no thanks. No. No attack. Don't want to run into the reinforcement. He didn't play the reinforcement, which is weird. 3 mana, nothing, huh? Well, I'm gonna get greedy on him. What is this deck? Is this Boros? I've never seen a Boros this slow. I'm gonna demand some answers here. Okay. Our opponent allow us to demand the answers, so it's going to attack. You're gonna catch this off guard? No? Alright, well here's another one. Pirates are outlaws. Dwarf Berserker are Dwarf Outlaws? What are Outlaws? Mercenaries, Warlocks, so yeah, Dwarves are not Outlaws. Cool. Love that for me. It's a lot of hazards. Don't think he's gonna block. It would be kind of dumb if he does. So how big of a board can he get? Probably pretty big, but then I can just catch it all off guard. In the Crossfire. Well, the Teutonic hazards aren't gonna do anything, right? Let's kill those while I can. Does use up all my red. Warden. Ha! Knight Errant for 1. Still gets it though. So yeah, our opponent doesn't need any help. I guess I can attack with this. It's not much. Much rather flick a coin at him. Epicure. Lethal Demolition. Alright. It's coming. Case. It's gonna kill my Magda. Do I do something in response? I guess I do. Hit 1 on the 9er. I get a land. It's not gonna attack. Another 9er. Okay. It's not gonna attack. Sure. No attack, you say? Well. Should have attacked when you had the chance, to be fair. Let us take Tonic Hazard this board, and then your Brotherhood should come to an end. 3 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. So, there goes my Greedy Freebooter. That's what I get for being greedy. Alright, let's scry 1. Corrupt the Conviction and go. I have no more creatures. And then Magda. I also have no more targets. And then I Theater. Brotherhood's End. You know what? He's probably gonna go wide this turn. Yes, main face. Smart. I let him trigger the case for no reason. That was dumb. Alright, each non-outlaw. So I start attacking? What does this do? Discard a card to draw a card. Don't want to discard a card. But I do want to deal damage. Fight through Boros slowly, but not. Somewhat of a stick. I wonder what that is. Well, maybe it's another Resolute Reinforcement. Alright. 1, 2. Sack this for red. It filters my draw, but I'd much rather have a loot. There's Judy. Alright, let's run Chorus Theater, see what we can get. That can go. Now I'm gonna stomp on you. Pretty sure you'll enjoy it. Novice Inspector. Does you have a Gleeful Demolition? That would... Oh man. Yep. Alright. Opponent hits the exact card he needs. This is Menace, so... Has to block with 2. What can I draw here? Another one? He just takes it? Alright. Epicure? Epicure is pretty good for him. But if he attacks, you know... I'm gonna regret letting him trigger that case. Pass the block. Goes to my turn. Caught in the crossfire. Huh. That's not going to be fun for our opponent, right? So, this is not an outlaw. None of these are outlaws. Should I just attack for no reason? This does 2 damage. So, if I attack here with these 2, I deal 5. And then this does an extra 2. So, it's not lethal. Still gonna attack. I don't think there's a haste creature I'm too afraid of. Decline. Down to 3. I'm not gonna get lifelink. I'm gonna get the imp. Cast the recruiter. Yeah, you get out first. Then this time, I will know each non-outlaw. There are no outlaws here, right? Vampires. Yeah, there's no outlaws. Let's make it 2-2. GG. Take that. Alright, our opponent is Charred. Hello, Charred. You look very charred. Conviction Freebooter, 4 lands. Opponent do go first. Not what I expected going first, honestly. Green white. So it's an enchantment deck? Yeah, it's an enchantment deck. Funny. Well, let's see. What do I want to do against this? That Kami is trample. So I need to kill it, but also I can't afford to kill the Kami, right? Because I need to kill the bigger thing. Generous Visitor. The Naturalist. Yeah, I need to kill that. It's kind of the scary part because I need to kill the Naturalist, but then this is a 4/4. That would just blow me out. Alright, let's kill the Kami. Go back to Spring. Brotherhood End. That's useful. But then I can't corrupt the Conviction if I Brotherhood's End here. Yeah. Also can't attack to deal 1 damage to the Naturalist. Even though it's good, can't do it. Platonic Edge. That's not very good right now. I draw 2 lands. Okay. So I will Brotherhood's End, and all I have left is Flick a Coin. Still have to do it, sort of, right? Otherwise the Naturalist goes out of control here. But yeah, it gets a Kami back, he plays it again. flood. Another visitor. Okay. Well, we'll flick a coin. Let's see what happens. Caught in the crossfire. We're gonna have the volcanic spite. The Kami, if he plays another enchantment. Michiko's Reign of Truth. I already got rid of all my targeted removal. Judy! Judy's nice. Do I just play Magda out here? What am I gonna get? Flip a coin. Flip a coin is also pretty nice with Judy. So let's see. Next turn I'm gonna have 6 mana. That's not much. Thanks for pumping my Magda. You're gonna ossify? Not gonna ossify. Cool. Yeah, this is why I don't like the enchantment deck. They kind of peter out pretty quickly. He's gonna get a Kami back. But I will kill his 1/1 here before he plays anything else. If he doesn't play anything else, that's even sadder. Here, you're gonna have your Kami back. Oh, it gets it back next turn, I guess. Let's attack. Does he have something? Iganjo, okay. We'll have our Judy out. You Iganjo, the wrong card. Why doesn't he get his Kami back? I'm confused. I didn't exile anything. Spirited Companion is a good top deck for him. Calyx is even better top deck. Pumps the Calyx. Okay, I can't have that, right? So let's see, this is a human. I guess we'll just deal damage to all Mountain Outlaws. Use up all of my treasure. Also make an imp. The imp will immediately die. Now he gets his Kami back. I honestly thought my Judy was gonna leave, so that's why I kept the other Judy on top. Looks like he's got something. I don't know why he wouldn't play it. There's Kami. Here is Michiko. Goes back to the 3/3. I can kill that. If I attack, would he block? Just have the board get wider, right? It's not the end of the world here. But I do need deathtouch lifelink. Otherwise I won't be able to get anywhere. So let's deal 3 damage. Make an imp. The imp dies. Alright, quit. GG. That works. Sort of. Alright, our opponent is Ep Knothead. These are cool avatars. Hey, we're gonna go first. For the first time in our whole life. Yeah, if I get to go first, our opponent is definitely some stupid ass combo deck that will win on turn 3 anyways, because I don't have any interactions. I don't know, I'm just... like, they're gonna mulligan for an hour, so that's definitely something. They're not gonna be red. Right? Boros? Wow, that's a huge surprise for me. Magda time. It's gonna Gleeful Demolition. Charming Scoundrel. develop that for me. Okay, no Knight Errant is good. At least there's that. They went straight to combat, which means they don't have anything. Okay, finally we get one of these games where our tech is gonna get him. Got him. Now comes a War Leader call, right? And it just blows me out anyways. Freaking blows. I swear to God. Alright, emo name recruiter. Sure. You wanna go aggro? He wants to go aggro. Do I put Judith back? Judith is like the theme of the deck. I'm not putting it back. I'll take 2. Free boot. What are you gonna do now? Our opponent's gonna take a while, so this is gonna be a long game. Epicure. See, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got another lethal demolition. He's got a case. Let's see what he targets. Targets my Magda. Decline. Does 1 damage to Magda. Yep. Okay. So the Demand Answer discards this and draws 2 cards. But the Judith is a Judith. What am I gonna do? Okay, I'm not gonna block with the Magda, so let's attack with it. Don't think he's gonna block. He's afraid of Magda's treasure, right? I think he's afraid of Magda's treasure, so that's why the cases are going on. But just sticking a Judith is so good. It's a 3/4. How does he end a 3/4? He's got 1. He plays 2 creatures, lethal demolition into a 3rd creature, or into 3 creatures, and then plays another case. That will do it. So if this is lethal demolition and a case. Why would he not play Gleeful Demolition last turn? Because he wanted the case. All that makes a lot of sense to me, to be fair. I'll put a vent out. I'll demand answer one of my treasures. If he kills Magda. See? I knew something like that was going to happen. Oh, and it's a Knight Errant. That's weird. Doesn't he want 3 drops? What kind of tap is this? Well, I guess if you can cheat the system. Let's sack an artifact. What do we get? Mechanized Warfare. Another land. That's a little slow. Red source. Definitely can run out of cards right now. But the red source deals 3 damage. The magnet does 3. So I don't know if our opponent's good at math. I'm not good at math apparently. I need the Freebooter to give me something, right? The Warden is gonna get big. Recruiter. Great. Now there's a big board going on here. Wow, he just doesn't care at all. weird attack, honestly. So let's see. This will kill this. This will kill this. And I guess Magda will tank the 5. Do we tank the 5? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'll go down to 3 here like this. Then I get 2 cards. Well, 2 treasures, and I get to look at 2 cards. Pretty sure that whatever I get will kill the board, right? So if that's the case, I should tank the 3. Now I'm at 9. Let's scry twice. Is there a useful card here? Haha! Of course it's gonna be lands. Another land? Oh yeah. Oh boy. Scry 2 lands. Let's go to my turn. I flick 1 coin. Death Touch lifelink, flick 1 coin for 2 damage. I can kill the recruiter. And then I block this. Technically not dead, but pretty much dead. So what happens when I fill my deck full of board wipes? I'm gonna draw none of them. Warden? Warden is not really doing anything here. Is he gonna use the Warden though? Huh. It's a lot less damage than I thought it would be. He's gonna do it again? Doesn't do it again. Just a Knight Errant, huh? That's 5 damage. Actually, this is Death Touch lifelink. Let's get Death Touch and lifelink. Good boy, a land. That's exactly what I needed. It's gonna tap out. How many board wipes have I used? 1. On the Crossfire. Alright, so my Judith will die, but I'm gonna gain a lot of life. What if he has a Knight Errant, right? If he draws a Knight Errant and plays it, it's gonna hit me for a lot. And then I'm out of cards, so the vents will have to get me there, whereas in if I caught in the Crossfire prior to the Knight Errant, I don't kill the Warden anyway, so I think I have to let this go. Feels bad. Does he just have a Knight Errant? He should just attack. It's lethal on board. I mean, it's obviously I have some tricks, but it's weird, right? It is a Knight Errant. Oh, it just hardcast it. That's the dumbest play I could have seen. What was that for? Are you that bad of a player? Alright, well, we get a free win from this idiot. Sorry, not head. You could have just had 2. At least then you get something. Now you get nothing. Like, if this was lethal, it would have been lethal anyways. This is not doing anything. Alright, here comes a rope. Yeah, people playing Boros really like to rope because they're bad at the game. Did he just give up lethal? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He just gave up lethal. Well, you know what? Let's not let him have a choice, right? Each non-outlaw. Is there any outlaws here? There are no Outlaws. Now I'm at 34. Enjoy your top deck. He's at 11, I'm at 24, or 34. And I'm gonna have the Restless Vent to help filter cards. Cool. To the top. He wants that card. Hey, Judy, you're back. You were pretty fun before. Let's try you again. What did you keep to the top? Another 9 Aaron? Judy attacks for 4 because of the mechanized warfare, so. I knew it was probably a 9 Aaron, and that's why I thought about killing his boar so that he couldn't get anything out. But I was afraid that if I killed the boar before the 9 Aaron comes out, he just slams a 4/4 and I couldn't stop it. I didn't really think about the amount of life gain I'll actually get, but it's a lot. He kept the top second case. Why? Why would you do that? Of all the cards. Alright, take 7. You can pitch a Judy. You're a 4. Judy's lethal. Oh man, I'm gonna stomp on you. Recruiter? Cool. You want to attack? Sure. Drop the mic. Loser! Didn't even want to block. Could have lived if he blocked. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you've seen all of those games, how did you feel? I am very frustrated in today's games because this deck, although it works really well in the meta, as you've seen in all the games that I've shown, right? It really is a deck that I use to tech specifically against what I've noticed so much in the meta, which is mono red and Boros aggro or Boros convoke. Right, so sometimes we'll also get the green red. The green red or the Boros targeting cards, where we have a lot of hexproof or a lot of indestructible, and those are rare, but mostly aggro. This deck is very teched against those kind of aggro. But the problem is, I've faced so many blue-white controls today. I've never seen as many blue-white control as I've seen today, and this deck just dies to that. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. There's nothing to counter blue-white control in this deck other than the 2 Myrics, and they can kill 2 Myrics very easily if we have nothing else. So it's questionable how good this deck can work, but of course, this is a rotation-proof deck, and I've fought so many memory deluges today. That card's gone. That card's gonna go away. So with the new Bloom Barrel, there might be better cards to slot in this deck. Red cards that does damage maybe, or even black spells that does damage. There's a few Innistrad cards that are black spells that does damage. Those are rotating out, so I couldn't fit in the deck. So yeah, there's a lot of things to consider. I do think Magda probably can go. It did give us 1 or 2 games, but a lot of times it's a dead card. In the beginning, I actually started with 4 Magnas and it go down to 2 because I don't have that many crime. Greedy Freebooter and the Corrupted Conviction, it looks good when it works, almost never work. So I think these can go. It's not the old Shambling Gas combo, right? The Shambling Gas can -1/-1 when we don't need a treasure. Greedy Freebooter can't do that. So that is also an issue. I think it's probably better to have funny to say, right? Because I'm talking about anti-control, but sometimes I just wish this was a cut down. So that's kind of weird. Also, Volcanic Spice, sometimes I wish it was a go for the throw. Don't forget, Judith has 2 abilities. Either Death Touch Lifelink for damage spells, or if it's not a damage spell, you can always just make an imp. That still works. So yeah, this is definitely something that needs a lot of fine-tuning if you want this deck to work. I do think there is something here, especially with the new Bloom Barrel, cards coming in and a lot of cards rotating out. There are things to consider. One of the unfortunate thing that we do have to get rid of is Big Score. You can see that's not in the deck. Big Score will be very good to help us ramp out on a turn against control, which we cannot do now. So Flick a Coin is the next best thing. It's not really that great. Instead of 2 cards, you get 1 card, and instead of 2 treasure, you get 1 treasure. It costs 3, and you don't have to discard a card, but it's not really doing much when it just gets 1 card and gets 1 treasure against a control deck. So yeah, I do like this deck. I do like the idea of Judith, and you know, I want this deck to work. Let's hope that we can figure out a way to make this deck work in the future meta, in the future after rotation. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.